The object of Taxi Chronicles is to allow real riders with real stories, share their experience and enhance your life. So sit back and enjoy the journey. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we have an interesting guy who's a laser technician. I think, is that the right terminology, Harry?
Yeah, laser technician is right, yeah.
And he's going to tell us how he got into the industry, what motivates him, and just about his journey in general. So nice to have you here today, Harry.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so tell us,
Yeah.
why lasers?
That's a very good question. I don't really know why lasers. That's just something I've really fallen into. So my job, basically, I travel around with bands, DJs, different artists. I set up their lasers for them. Be it at gigs or concerts or festivals. So I got the job about 4 years ago. I was working within the industry as a local stagehand. So as a local stagehand, I was working around in London, setting up concerts still, but just helping touring technicians come in. So that's how I found out about the job. I just got friendly with another guy and
So, sorry, just a stagehand. What does a stagehand do?
So a stagehand they're the people who make the shows really happen, you know. They're the people who are unloading the trucks full of the equipment, they're pushing the boxes, you know, doing all of the hard graft.
The work hands.
The work hands, exactly that, yeah.
Okay. And then you got an opportunity to get out.
That's exactly it, yeah.
Get out or move up.
Move up, exactly that, yeah. So after 4 years of working as a stagehand, you know, I had quite a lot of experience working on gigs and whatnot, so I was ready to take it up to the next level and start touring myself.
What did working as a stagehand teach you?
It taught me a lot of things, really. It taught me how to deal with people was one of the main things in this job, because you could know everything there is to know about your department, but you've got to deal with different people every day. So that's one of the big things that I learned working as a stagehand. And yeah.
And what are the secrets to dealing with people?
Secrets of dealing with people? Well, in the music industry, everybody's got a big ego, so you just got to kind of be aware of that and, you know, feed their egos a little bit, you know.
Okay. Is there a danger that you make it more difficult? That if you're feeding someone's ego, and some people may say you need to kind of put them in their place, or
well, you do. Of course, you need to, you know, always stand up for yourself, and you know, if you think something's right, you need to go for that. But when I mean stroking their egos, you know, you just got to keep everyone happy. Is what I find the best way of working with people.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Make them feel part of the team.
Yeah, exactly. So at the moment, I'm off to Saudi Arabia.
Oh,
so I'm just about to catch my flight to Saudi Arabia. We've got a huge show that's happening over there. But it's a bit of a strange country to be going and doing a concert in.
Oh, so it's going to be all men.
It's going to be all men, yeah.
Just going.
No alcohol, no drugs. Of course, it's a very strict Muslim country, so it's dry.
Everybody's covering their arms up.
It's going to be a bit of a weird experience, actually. Yeah.
Have you been there before?
I've not been there before, no. I've been to Dubai, but they're still quite different countries.
Yeah. Dubai is more lenient. I saw Arab women walking down the street in those, you know, like it's not a mesh, it's like a tight material.
Yeah.
And that was the top, and they had a bra underneath.
Yeah.
So everything was see-through.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do that in Saudi Arabia,
yeah,
sure.
You wouldn't get out the front door.
You get your hands chopped off or something.
Okay. So, you said you fell into this laser business.
Yeah.
Tell about what is a laser?
So the lasers that I use are different wattage. So a laser is basically a light source that's concentrated. So the lasers that we use in concerts, they can blind people. So there's an aspect of safety involved in my job as well. Yeah, I mean, laser shows have come on a long way in the last 10 years. So beforehand, you'd need quite a lot of water to cool the laser, and you'd need a lot of electricity, but now it's got a lot easier. So we're putting more and more lasers onto shows. So Last year I did the world record for the world's largest laser show, where we had over 800 lasers in one show. So that just goes to show you the kind of scale of the events that we're working on.
And what exactly do you do with the lasers?
So it's about timing it with the music as well. So working with the lighting department and listening to the songs, having some kind of creative input into the show. You know, you normally have a lighting director who's telling you what kind of colours they want, what kind of effects they want, and then it's up to me to program the lasers to make that effect.
Mm. Okay. You spoke about lasers can blind people.
Yeah.
How does it react to the human flesh then?
It's pretty hot, so if you were to put your hand over it close up, you could get a burn. But I mean, you'd be pretty stupid to do that.
So so I keep on thinking, when you say laser, I just think of a powerful light. But
Exactly that, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's exactly that. It is a powerful light, but it's concentrated so much that, you know, if you put like a piece of paper in front of it, it will burn a hole through the piece of paper and whatnot.
Oh, so it's like, you know, when you're a kid and you get the magnifying glass and put a piece of paper
It has
underneath?
that effect, yeah, exactly that kind of effect, yeah.
And when you say it can blind people, is that because it's hitting their iris?
Yeah, exactly that.
For too long, or is it because it's just hit it?
I mean, you can blind someone very quickly with a laser. If it hits the eye at a certain point, then it's quicker than a blink of an eye. So generally we put all of our lasers above the crowds, so there won't be any kind of lasers in people's faces at our shows. That isn't safe.
So basically the lasers are lighting up the world or the sky.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you my Instagram tag and whatnot, and you can see what I mean with all my photos of all my work that I do. But it's just basically, the lasers are pretty much always going over people's heads, so it's kind of an atmospheric kind of thing.
What have you learned that you wish you knew when you had started in this business?
To have more patience with people, really. I'm a pretty impatient guy, and I expect stuff to happen really quick, but sometimes they don't, and it's best just to be patient with things, and yeah, with people as well, to be patient with people. Yeah.
What would you say to the 16-year-old you?
I'd say just keep doing what you're doing, you know, concentrate on what you'd like to do. If that's working in music, if that's being a footballer, if that's whatever you want to do, concentrate on it, you know, and make your dreams happen.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I never would have thought, you know, as a 16-year-old that I'd be travelling around the world working with some of my favourite artists, and, you know, but I did that because it's something I really wanted to do from a young age. I concentrated on and I worked hard at it. So.
What kind of artists you work with? Who?
So I've just come off tour with Tame Impala,
Okay.
which are an Australian psychedelic kind of rock band. So I just come off a tour with them in America for 8 weeks. We were doing big festivals all over America and Mexico. I've also worked with ELO, Electric Light Orchestra, David Guetta,
Oh, is it?
Martin Garrix.
Oh yeah, you must do all the dance things.
There's a lot of dance things, yeah.
Yes. I hope you like dance music.
Do you know what? It's not my favourite kind of
Is it?
music,
Well,
but I'd like it more now after doing this job.
You appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it a lot more, yeah. So when I first started this job, I spent 6 months in Ibiza. You know,
And that's a
learning the
dream
ropes.
for many a person, and you're like, this is
It's
hell.
a dream to a lot of people, but for me, I wasn't too fussed. I never would have gone to Ibiza on my holidays, kind of thing.
So, are these lasers set up on timers and like on mounted on tripods or something?
Yeah, they're basically mounted on, but you could say they're kind of mounted on tripods. We use truss and different methods of rigging lasers. We can put them up above the band or on the same height with the stage, but it depends from show to show. So normally I set it up during the morning. I've focused them all up during the lunchtime, and then during the show, I'm there at front of house operating them as well, making sure that they look good and that they're in time with the music. And then after the show, I pack it all down. So it happens all in one day, generally. And then jump onto a tour bus, you go to another city and do it all again.
Okay, so that's a lot of manual work then.
It's a lot of manual work, it's a lot of labour, but that's when we have local crew, which I was in London. We have them in every venue we go to help out as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's not too grueling.
What does the future hold for you?
More big shows. I mean, this show that I'm just on my way to the airport to do now is one of the biggest that the company's done that I work for, so it's a huge deal. Just carry on touring, making my girlfriend angry that I'm never home, I guess.
Or jealous?
Yeah.
It's probably more jealous than angry, to be honest. Not that I know her, but I've worked away from home and I've had that scenario as well.
But yeah, it's one of the hardest things about my job is being away for so long, away from all my friends and family, you know. So.
But does the team that you work with, are they the same team or is it a different team every time?
Different team every time.
So you really need to have a good personality.
Yeah, you really need to get on with people in a work scenario, for sure.
Apart from getting on with people, what other personalities do you need to have?
You need to have a keen eye for detail as well. Definitely need a keen eye for detail because the work that we do is quite detailed in the fact that we have to work so closely with lighting designers and they can be quite demanding, so you need to have a keen eye for detail and make sure that their demands are met, I guess.
So you have I suppose lighting designers, they cover everything.
Yeah, they cover everything, and show directors, you know, there's lots of people that have a say in a creative show.
Would that be your next step if you weren't going to continue with the lasers?
Yeah, definitely. I love the creative side of my job, so yeah, that's definitely something I've looked into and will probably chase in the future. But for now, I'm pretty happy with putting on the laser shows.
When you set up, do you kind of just walk away and it just runs itself, or do you have to, or you kind of have to be within earshot in case the light?
You always have to be monitoring it. Whenever lasers are being fired, I need to be there to make sure that they're not going into the crowd and that they're safe. So I'm there all of the time. From the moment the truck door opens to it closes at the end of the night, I'll be there.
That's full on, isn't it?
It is full on.
So you're doing like 12-hour days, if not more?
Oh, if not more, yes. So a normal day for me on the roads would be to start at 8 a.m. in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Then I'd be finished loading in by around about 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Have a bit of downtime. Then there's the show, which starts at 7, and then the load out won't be finished till 1 a.m. So potentially, the majority of the days I work is 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. So it's pretty long shift.
Yes. So that 8 hours, you're just shower, shave, and
Back to the tour bus, back to the
food,
hotel, have a little nap before the show.
And you stay in good hotels?
Yeah, it depends on the band and the artist, but generally they're really good hotels because they're generally the same as what the band is staying in.
You spoke about drugs, alcohol, and I take it, do they still have groupies?
I mean, yeah, you always get your super fans and whatnot, but I don't think it's as.
Oh, super fans that are the groupies. Okay.
It's not, when you say groupies, it's like got.
I'm
like
just thinking of heavy metals. I'm sorry.
I'm thinking of like almost famous kind of vibe where you've got fans that follow around the band. And yeah, that does happen, but they're not going on our tour buses and backstage. It's not that kind of vibe.
Okay. What kind of personality do you think someone needs if they want to get into the job? Excuse me. And what's the best route also for them to get into the job? I think
the best route is doing a similar way to what I did, working out at the bottom, you know, as a stagehand and working your way up. The reason why I say that is because when you work as a stagehand, you get to work with lots of different departments. So you're working with lights one day, audio the next, lasers the next, special effects. So you get a whole sense of everything, how the industry works in every kind of department. And then you can have a feel for what you want to do from there onwards. That's what I would say.
Okay. So is a degree needed?
No, I didn't. I don't have a degree. I mean, it does help sometimes. You know, if you want to be an audio engineer, then it's going to be a good idea to go to university to study audio. But you don't need to. You can work your way up through different routes as well. You know, like I did. You can do stagehand, work your way up through warehouse work, and then eventually becoming a touring tech.
And I take it the money's good. So you're always away from home.
The money is good, yeah, but you are always away from home, so you kind of expect it to be good because of the hours you put in, the responsibility that you have, and the fact that you're always away from home. So, you know,
they have to make up for it somehow.
They have to make up for it somehow. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's a job that takes years of training as well, you know.
Has lasers become your hobby, or do you have other hobbies then? Do you manage to get other hobbies in?
I mean, when I travel, I love to see the cities that I'm in. I try and always hire bikes and bicycles and drive around.
Go and do sightseeing.
I do like cycling a bit, yeah. Maybe not so much in London because it's a bit crazy, but
I suppose that's when you wish you had your girlfriend with you.
Yeah, and I do fly her out if I ever have like a week or two off, which is extremely rare that I would have that amount of time off.
You just thought you'd throw that out there,
yeah,
just in case
in fact,
listens
that's never
to
happened.
Yeah.
But
just in case the missus is listening.
Yeah.
You said you'll fly me out there. You don't love me anymore.
No, I do fly her to places. Well, I flew her to New Zealand when I was out there last. So, you know, I do try and fly her out. And sometimes I stay an extra week or two as well. If I'm in America, I want to have an extra week holiday, then I'll just stay for an extra week and fly my girlfriend over. So
okay,
it's not all that bad.
You know, she's going to hold you to this definitely when
if she listens to it, yeah, she definitely will now.
Tell her I love her. I do. Oh, I noticed you've got loads of equipment. Or that big box. Do you have to do you carry?
So that's just all my tools that I've got in there. So I've got 3 bags that I travel with. I've got my toolkit, which just has like general
monkey
hand
wrench
tools
and all that.
Yeah, nothing
screwdriver
special.
And all those things, yeah.
Then I've got like a rigging bag which has a rope, a harness.
So you have to bring those things yourself?
Yeah, I have to get up there and rig those things myself. Oh yeah.
Do you work as a contractor in that business, or are you working for a company?
I work for a company. I'm full time for this company that I work for. But a lot of people in the industry are self-employed and freelance.
How comes you're not self-employed freelance? Are you
question.
better off that way in your eyes?
I mean, eventually, maybe one day. Yeah, I mean, you can earn more money, I guess, but it's also the risk of not having work lined up as well. So it's got its pros and cons.
It's also experience.
It's also experience. You have to be
a lot
experienced.
more consistent experience on the books when you think about it.
Yeah, this is true. So there's pros and cons. I really like the company I work for and the team there, so I'm not in a rush to leave, that's for sure, and to become freelance. But you never know what's going to happen in a few years' time.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody wanted to get on an apprenticeship, what companies could they look at in emailing or contacting? You got any, or is there agencies or?
I mean, the company I work for is called E063 Productions. There's a few special effects companies out there, but we're one of the biggest for sure. The local crewing company that I work for in London is called Stage Miracles, and they're definitely worth looking at. You know, they're always looking for more people because there's always shows happening, and they're always looking for people. You don't need to be experienced to do that job. You just need to be willing to learn and eager. You know.
Is it a young people's job?
Definitely a young person job because of how physical it can be, and hours are pretty grueling.
You say you feel like times you've been to the gym.
Yeah, definitely. It's like it is a construction work kind of job where you manual labour kind of working pretty hard. It's definitely. I mean, you do get your old people who are a bit older, and that's absolutely fine. But you just need to be fit and healthy as well.
I noticed you talk about ropes. Are they like abseiling ropes, like to get up to high places, or?
Yeah. So sometimes we have to do climbing, and we have to rope all of our lasers up and equipment up to the truss that's above the band's head. Other times you need to use cherry pickers and scissor lifts to kind of get to tricky spots. So that's why I've got a rope and a harness.
So you get qualified for all those things.
Yeah, you do your license for that. Yeah, working at height.
Cherry picker license.
Yeah, all of that stuff.
Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I used to be a site manager.
Oh, really?
On construction sites, so I know about all the tickets.
Yeah, you got to make sure. I mean, some countries you go to, they don't care, but in the UK, you've got to be got to do everything by the book, of course.
Is there much work you get in the UK? Is it always abroad?
Now you do get a lot of work in the UK as well. Not at the moment because of coronavirus. There's more work abroad, so that's why I'm travelling to America and other places more right now.
So you done Glastonbury, you must have.
Yeah, I've done Glastonbury before and lots of festivals, Reading and Leeds, Creamfields.
Okay.
Latitude Festival, all the big ones, you know.
Mhm.
Some of the small ones as well.
Okay. So you're well networked throughout the industry.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working within the music industry for nearly 8 years. So
oh, is it? Okay.
In total, yeah.
I thought it was 3 years. Sorry.
4 years doing this job, 4 years doing my old job. So yeah.
Oh, you're a veteran then.
A bit of a veteran, yeah.
Okay. So you've been a great guest.
Thank you.
My last question to you is, what's the gift you want to share with the world?
Go to more concerts and put your phones away when you're at concerts. Enjoy the moment. You know, that's the gift.
I
People
get that.
need to enjoy the moment
spend
more.
all this energy putting these lasers up, and then someone comes along, 1,000 people come along and put their phones up and say, "Look, you're spoiling my work."
Put your phones down in your pocket. Enjoy the moment. When you're ever going to look at that video ever again? Never. So enjoy it, and yeah.
Or they're going to post it on social media, innit? Say, I'm here, bitches. I wish you was here, but you're not. Okay. Well, great talking to you. And if any, I don't know, maybe a production company are interested in you, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram. My tag is just at Harry_Boyd, BOYDE. So that's my name, that's my tag. So.
Well, thanks a lot for that, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much.
We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day, as well as vlogging on our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.